Hello, good day. My name is Edwin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I promised you in my last video that we are going to step up the game a bit. So this time around, not about talking pharmacy, medicine, but we're going to move to something different. I know so many persons have come to my inbox. Eddie, can you talk about this profession? So today I'll be talking about how teachers, secondary school teachers, high school teachers, primary school teachers can come to Australia to live and work. So if you're a teacher, this video is for you. Before we continue, 70% of you that watch my videos do not subscribe. Please, if you've liked my video, if you've learned something from my video, I do ask a favor of you. Hit the subscription button so that way we can grow the channel. Back to the topic for today. If you're a teacher, tune into this channel because you are going to learn a whole lot. I'm going to pass a whole lot of information that is going to enable you to come to Australia to live and work as a high school teacher. Teachers, this is for you. Australia is in high demand of teachers, especially science teachers and math teachers. So if you are in this category, even if you're not a science teacher but you're a teacher, you have experience, this video is for you. The first thing you need to do is to do your skills assessment. The assessing body responsible for assessing the skills of teachers in Australia is known as ATSL. If you go to the description section of this video, you see a website that will direct you to the link where you can do assessment for teachers. There are basic requirements you need to meet if you are coming to Australia to live and work as a teacher. The first thing is you need to do your skills assessment, and for you to do your skills assessment with this body, you need to have a BE degree, like a Bachelor in Education, in a science course or math subject or any education course at all. And the second requirement is you need to have a minimum of 45 days of supervised training. This is standard. You need to have at least 45 days of teaching practice. It's not just having it. So you have to go back to your school when you are assessing your education or your qualification with this body. You need to have in a letterhead, maybe written by a dean or a professor or a senior lecturer in your department, stating that you have undergone a minimum of 45 days of training in or teaching practice. This has to be endorsed. The second requirement for you to do your assessment here with this body is for you to have academic IELTS. The only English language option for teachers who want to come to Australia, who want to immigrate to Australia, is academic IELTS. Coming to academic IELTS, there is standard expected of you. So the speaking and the listening aspect of the academic IELTS, you're expected to have 8 band in each, and the reading and the writing, 7 band respectively. So you need to meet certain academic IELTS band for you to be able to do your assessment with this body for teachers. So if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a link that will direct you to the basic requirement in terms of English language or English language requirement for teachers who want to immigrate to Australia. Then after this, then you want to send your certificates, send all the necessary documents to the assessing body, pay the required fee. They will get back to you maybe in few weeks. In the description section of this video, I've also added a link, like I said earlier, the assessing body, the requirements, all you need to provide in terms of you doing your application or assessment with this assessing body. After you've done your assessment with this body and it's positive, then you have to do the other step like any other person. Teachers can apply for visa 189, they can apply for 190, 491 visa. People can even sponsor teachers to come live and work in Australia. So the 189 visa is visa that is sponsored by the federal government. The 190 and 491 are state sponsored visa. So the first thing I have to state is, before you embark on this journey, you need to do what is called point calculator. You need to calculate your points. You know how much points you have, because Australian immigration system, if it is not employer sponsored, is based on point system. It's a point based system. What this means that you need to accumulate certain points for you to be eligible to apply for visa or immigration skill nomination visa in Australia. The first one is you need a minimum of 65 points for you to apply for this visa. So 65 point is the minimum expected of you, and you can accumulate this point through your age, through your relationship status, through academic qualification, IELTS. So in the description section of this video, I've added a link that will lead you to the point calculator, enabling you to calculate your points, in terms of you being eligible to apply for skill nomination visa in Australia. So you need to do this. This should be the first step, because immigration process it could be capital intensive sometimes. So we really need to make sure that we're eligible for it, double check in and out to see that, oh, I'm eligible for this before I embark on the journey. So after you've done this, you are above 65 point, then you can go on, like I said earlier, do your skills assessment with the assessing body. If it is positive, the next thing you have to do is to create EOI. So EOI gives you the access to express your points, so that the department or the state, whomever, we know where you're standing. So after you've created your EOI, you can choose states. So many states in Australia are in their need of teachers, especially in regional areas. So you can actually do this, create your EOI. You can choose Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia, South Australia, as the case may be. Choose as many states as possible. You can even apply, like I said, 189 is federal sponsor. So what this means, that when you come to Australia, you can stay in any part of Australia. 190 and 491 are state sponsored visa. 190 is a direct permanent residence visa. You have to be in that state for a minimum of 2 years before you want to move to any other state. And after 3 years on 190 visa, if you are coming for the first time, then you can apply to become a citizen in Australia. 491 is a regional visa. What this means is a pathway to permanent residence. So you have to be on a visa for 3 years in the regional area, after which you apply for 191 visa that will guarantee you permanent residence in Australia. So teachers, you have a wonderful opportunity. Australia is in their need of teachers, especially science and maths teachers. If you are a teacher, this opportunity is for you. Please share this video to your friends who are teachers, who are aspiring to be teachers, who want to immigrate to see what the teaching profession is like at the international level. Australia is a country that welcomes professionals like teachers. Teachers are in high demand here, and the good thing here is that the remuneration package is wonderful. I know some countries do not pay their teachers well, but Australia is an exception, because the salary package is something to write home about. It's an awesome salary, and I think you want to key into this. So after you've done your EOI, back to the process. You are invited by the state to apply, or federal government. All you need to do is to, they will send a link to your email address, and through the link you can lodge your application. And as it stands now, for this financial year, teachers are in priority list. What this means that the processing time is very fast for teachers, so you can expect to have your visa being processed within few months, maybe 4 to 6 months. It can go beyond that depending on the complexity of your application. So it's specific, it's different from one person to another. But the good thing is, if you're invited, all good. So apply for your visa, land in Australia, and be a teacher. Australia is in their need of you. So guys, share this video to your friends who are teachers back home, anywhere in the country, outside Australia. Please, if you're able to come here, that will be a fantastic thing for you. The only thing I could see here, the limiting factor for most person, is English test. Yeah, I know it's a high one, but one could understand, because Australia is a multicultural country. What that means that you have so many tribes here, and an English speaking country. So the assessing body wants to make sure that you are proficient in English language, and that is why they've raised the bar of academic IELTS. You can only have academic IELTS if you are coming in as a teacher. That is the law for them. So every profession, they have their own rules and regulations for the assessing body, assessing the skills of teachers. The only required English language test is academic IELTS. And like I stated before, in the description section of this video, you see the specific bands expected of you. Another thing you need to do is, unlike other healthcare professions like pharmacy, medical practitioners, that you need to write exam for you to get your provisional license, for you to be able to apply for permanent residence or other visas in Australia. Teachers, you don't need to write any exam. The only examination you need to write is academic IELTS. And I've said it before, in the description section of this video, you will see the link, that will direct you on the specific band expected of you. And when you do this, then longer lines, you don't need an agent, honestly, to apply for this for you. And I also have to state here that the information I'm giving you in this video are verifiable information. I'm not an agent. I'm not recommending you to any agent to help you execute the process. If you want an agent to help you, please look for one yourself in your country. Look for someone that is reliable. But one thing I keep telling people, if you have access to the internet, you have computer, you can actually do this at the comfort of your room. So I have given you the information. All you need to do is to go online, verify this, check the basic eligibility check to see if it is something you can do. Like I said, the point calculator, you want to know the point you have, how far you are standing. Then after this, you want to embark on the process, which has to do with skills assessment. You have to sit for English test, then you apply for assessment. If it is positive, the next step is for you to create your EOI. After expression of interest, if you are invited, lodge your visa. It is not just you. The good thing here is Australia is also family oriented. So if you're a parent, if you have kids, you can bring everyone into your visa. So another thing I have to mention here is when you're creating your EOI in terms of relationship. If you are single, you have 10 points. If you're married, you have 0 points. However, your spouse can give you 5 points if your spouse has competent English. Yes, if your spouse has skills assessment, positive skills assessment, they give you additional 5 points, making it 10 points. So single applicant have 10 points. Married applicants have 0 points. However, like I said, if your spouse can give you back the 10 points. So guys, thank you so much. I'm very optimistic that this video will go a long way to help teachers across the country who want to come to Australia to come, live and work as high school teachers. So this opportunity is for you. Please guys, take it to Facebook, take it to your friends. Australia really needs teachers. Teachers are in high demand at this point in time, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. So please do the basic eligibility check and see if it is something you're eligible for, if you are keen to the process as soon as possible. And I hope to see you in Australia when you eventually land here in Australia. So guys, please don't forget to hit the subscription button so that next time when I release video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time in my video. Until then, do have a lovely day. Bye. It's Edwin.